microcontroller meetup here in Tampa, and we're demoing this LED display that we kind of been hacking on the past few months. Basically, like the inspiration for like creating this thing was these guys online. They create LED arrays of like ginormous proportions, and they allow you to have like a volumetric three-dimensional like effect, to where you can display any type of three-dimensional object in that space of LEDs. And so I'm just gonna play a few of those just so you can get a hang of like what I'm talking about. They're Asians and it's insane. So you can see like they got like Asian characters spinning around with like raindrops and like different like cool effects and stuff.
Which one was?
There's probably a soundtrack, but I probably don't want to hear it on YouTube. So that's that guy. And then this one's like 16 by 16 by 16. And then they also had this one on here. And of course, Flash crashes.
Does that happen to everybody frequently, more frequently now?
Yeah.
What the hell happened, people? Yeah. I mean, you know, mess with something that was working fine.
Well, this is Linux, so it never really did work.
Never worked fine. Okay. Good answer.
All right, so this is like you can see right here, 32 by 32 by 32. It's 32,768 LEDs, and this thing is awesome.
What's the physical dimension?
I think it's like probably like 7 or 8 feet, probably more than that. It's freaking huge. They're like suspending them all just down from a solid base on top. I mean, this thing's awesome.
It's insane.
It's cool.
So like obviously like we set out like the only thing I've done in the past is like simple like LED gadgets and stuff and like little cubes, you know, 3 by 3 cubes. So this is like something like well beyond the skill of myself or I think like the collective skill of our microcontroller group. But we did decide to work on a project, and we used Arduino microcontrollers. They're kind of like a popular microcontroller prototyping board that you can, you know, write stuff for pretty easy. And let me see. So this is the device. It's kind of like hard for like everyone to kind of see it, but basically the computer connects to an Arduino that's stationary up here and sends binary data to this Arduino. It loads it into a buffer that we toggle off, you know, from one buffer to the other. While the other one's loading, we're displaying, dumping out the other buffer. It transmits the data over IRDA link down to a board that's on here. Then that information is taken from this Arduino and it's pretty much just dumped out into the stuff that displays everything. And we have a test program I can run right now. So this just demos that everything's addressing correctly and that we can hit every single LED in the page. The basic design is that instead of creating a huge array of LEDs that are stationary, to create just a simple page that we can address and then rotate that page on a center of rotation so that we can create a volumetric effect. And that would give us like the perception of like a 3D object. So that's the stationary stuff. So I'm going to pull up a web app real fast just to show how you generate data that gets sent to this thing. So. It's probably hard to see on the screen because it's really bright, but basically this is just a huge HTML table that, you know, you click on the cells and it like highlights them. So I'm just going to draw like a simple pattern. And then Bruce, you might have to load this binary file because I don't know how to do it on your system. And this is kind of like just still in like a work in progress as far as the web app, but basically we want it to be able to define shapes on both pages, and then it kind of compile it all into one like binary file, and you can set like multiple frames. So you want to do like more than one frame. Let's see. should like download it.
Yeah, it should open. We ready?
I think it was LEDs, LEDs. Very-
So you can see it displays like the arrows. And right now we have like a synchronization bug in the software. So you can see like as I pass my hand through the IR link, it kind of like resyncs. And so that's just showing like a stationary plane. So if we were actually rotating this right now, it would just be like arrows like coming through the space. And then this is asynchronous, so it won't actually address specific points in the volume. It'll just create a rotating effect. And then we're synchronizing it to where we can address every single volumetric pixel in the space. We have a magnetic pickup that hooks into here so that when this guy's sending data, he can say, wait a minute, he hasn't completed his rotation, hold off a second, and then that gives it its timing. So I can switch it from asynchronous into synchronous, and then hopefully when the magnet passes by, you can see it kind of like picks up that something happened. Did it
What if you're going too slow, maybe? Trying to actually spin it? We just put new software up here, so.
Yeah, we just like loaded new software on. So. Well, anyways, this magnetic pickup will eventually like do the timing for all the stuff that it needs in order to know how fast it's rotating. But yeah, it's pretty much what we've been working on like the past like few months. Like we just like meet up like on the weekend. We're kind of like a little hacker group. So if anyone has interest in like hacking hardware and like doing stuff like like writing software for your own custom stuff, not like reverse engineering stuff, that's kind of like what we do. So. Yeah, we were thinking about like testing and rotating it. I don't know if you want to do it or not. There's a little like dangerous.
Stand up. Let's do it.
We're all here. Okay, well.
You'll be fine.
Disclaimer forms are over here.
Just be forward.
And this is ejected, the LED lights at high speed, and it's also, this has C batteries under here, they've been ejected at high speed. And so everything you just
Which side of the room do we move to?
So if you get hit by LEDs, they're also very expensive and they want them back.
If it goes, it's going to go straight out. So if you're sitting down, you may get hit in the face. I would recommend you stand up.
Just walk in, you may get hit in the face.
That they're gonna spin that, and if it falls off, 4 o'clock.
Set it up.
In there.
Yeah.
It's recording.
Not yet.
Get in there when it's about to start.
Bled so far.
And then you can come back in here, I guess, because they're friends of that. Friends of that.
Should be sending.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so that now.
That white guy still talking. Hold on. No one gets shot.
Look. They can program patterns and stuff into it, and they just download it. Safety zone. Look.
Dude, yeah, I'm gonna hide behind the camera. That was cool.
Tried switching it over to the synchronous.
Yeah, something's wrong with the synchronous.
Yeah, so you can see there's still a few bugs in it, but we're close. Not quite there yet, but.
Yeah, the meetup is on meetup.com. It's Tampa Bay Microcontrollers and Robotics Meetup group. So if anyone's like interested in that stuff, like you're more than welcome to come.
Everybody's welcome. If
We
you
need
wanna-
software people, obviously. So if you know anything.
We need software. Where do you meet up at?
We meet up. What is it? The
Third
Tampa-
Saturday of every month at the Upper Tampa Library from 1 to 5.
But yeah, like we also have like, a Python meetup that we kind of do this type of stuff at too. So just hit us up on there. Is there any like questions?
Okay.